Hey, it's Eric Leiderman. I'm producer at Late Night with Seth Meyers. You're listening to the PBR podcast.
Crushed it!
One take Leiderman.
There it is, everybody.
Rolls right off the tongue. Oh, is this Casey and Invergio? Whoa, it's another hit.
Podcast
It's
Sore subject.
They didn't record it on an iPhone? We just did it on an iPhone. It sounds so good.
What's up, everybody? PBR Podcast. Mike Plano, Derek D, Joe Gatto, and our very special.
The one and
special
only
guest,
Eric
Leiderman.
Hi,
Everybody.
everybody.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Do you know,
brother?
my speech impediment gets in the way only during introductions of people.
You don't have a speech impediment.
I do too.
You have you always complain about your stupid frenulum.
My frenulum is too short. and they-
I'm sorry.
My frenulum.
Okay. When can I see it? Oh, it's
Like,
not
I'll stick my tongue out. Ready?
Oh, okay.
I'm tongue-tied.
Oh,
No,
it
I'm
doesn't,
not.
it doesn't come out all
No.
the way. I thought it was like a grill you were showing me. I was like,
No.
check out these teeth.
They wanted to cut it when I was a kid, and I
That's
said
for
no.
real?
Yes.
I thought you've been lying about this the whole time.
No, you were thinking about frenulum.
Sorry.
Oh, Fremulon. Yeah. That's weird. So does it limit you in any other ways besides introductions?
Every now and then, only when I'm introducing things.
That's it.
My whole life.
That's our worst
It's like
part
chewing? Is it something weird? Guys, just give me a minute.
Only if I'm introducing what I'm eating. Like, you know, the steaks.
For 48 minutes, we're going to talk about the inhibitor.
Wrap it up.
Guys, don't miss this episode of PBR podcast. They had Eric Leiderman, our producer at Late Night Seth. They talked about a frenulon for 35
It's
minutes.
a
Are you sure, Mike, that that's what it's called?
It's called. I mean, you can fact check.
I Googled
It's
it.
a frenulum.
And here's what the first Google thing says. A short frenulum is a condition in which the frenulum of the penis, which is an elastic band of tissue under the gland,
That's also a frenulum.
that connects to this. I'm going to stop reading right
Stop
there.
reading.
Yeah,
but that's the same thing. That line on your penis and the line on your tongue. Same.
Yeah, it's also from Toy Story. You got a frenulum in me. Same one.
That's a different
I mean,
kind of
you know, you guys
story.
are. This is turning into bullying.
Okay. No, it's
Bullying's
right.
back, by the way.
Bullying's back in a big way.
They thought it was done.
Stoked about it.
Yeah.
They made a whole
How
U-turn,
so, man?
Yeah, it was.
How's it back?
Well, you know, the news cycle's real rapid. They tried to kill it, you know, and then they brought it back. And people are angry out there. They're going to bring back bullying. It's like, oh, wait, how am I going to be shaped as a human being? How am I going to stand up and accomplish something in my life? We're going to start bullying people. And so it's back. Thanks. Thanks for coming out.
We've been waiting for it. We've been waiting for it. So Eric Leiderman and I know each other through before you were big time. Eric Leiderman worked on Impractical Jokers as executive producer for a while. And I started, when we started, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you put us in order, when we
So you want me to produce what you're going to say right now?
When we started the show.
Let me put on the hat. Okay.
when we started the show,
Yeah.
your order of favorites was Sal, Brian, me, then Murr. And now I'm going to say your favorites are Brian, me, Sal, Murr.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Sal, I'll tell you why. Because Sal's got all the potential.
Yeah.
But we get it. Like, you know, he's doing the night shifts. I was like, so you want to step up and be a friend? Like, that's fine. It's good. Like, oh. And there he goes. He's just bronze all the way. And, you know, Murray, that kid's got a lot of potential. He's a good guy. You know what? Murr is, you know, it was my birthday the other week, and he actually texted me.
That's sweet.
And did
Sorry,
you text
I missed
me?
it. Yeah.
I called
No,
you.
you're great. You're wonderful.
No, I called you.
You did, huh?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Let's go to the.
Yeah, go to your
Go to the videotape.
Go to your
Really call me?
go to your sent to voicemails.
I'm seeing.
Go to your missed calls.
Call you back! Exclamation point. So easy. No, but you and I talk like human beings.
Yeah.
But I didn't talk to the Mertron 3000. But he actually texted me on my birthday.
He's big on that. He remembers
he's
people's
wonderful.
birthdays.
He's good at that.
And
He
it was
is.
so appreciated. And then of course Q, because we're friends.
Yep.
But then of course, I did not hear from Sal because, you know, there's an opportunity coming around, some kind of comedic opportunity. I know he's very busy.
Yeah.
You know, you wake up, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever it is. Like, there could be something comedic happening, you know, on your phone. I get it. You know, tweeting, liking, I get it. But Gatto, I just felt his presence all the way from Long Island. Because I know because I know you genuinely care.
Yes.
Sal wants to care. It's not happening. He really means that.
He does.
Happening.
That's
There's a
a very
sincere
good-
moment.
that's good. Yeah.
Sincere moments, for sure, they're all real.
Yeah.
But then, you know, then he's got to wrap it up. He's super busy.
Yeah.
Give a little bit of Rahmanis for this.
Well, no, and you came in strong. Like you came in like as a guy. We're like, oh, we're gonna like this guy.
Well,
You've
that's
got-
the interview. Joe always talks about the Skype interview.
Our Skype interview was amazing.
It was so dumb.
What do you mean, like in the beginning?
He was in L.A. right? You were in
The
L.A.
interview. I was in LA and they interviewed me over Skype.
for his position.
Yeah.
Producer.
All
right?
four of you
That's-
guys.
For a
To run the
producer on
show.
Impractical Jokers to run
Now
the
to keep
show.
in mind, I used to this is an audio medium, but
Take a look at this picture, everyone. at home
This is
listening.
how I looked. This is Charles Manson.
So you
Yeah.
and Q back in the day, brothers?
Actually, I was Eric, and then Q was Leiderman.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's really happened.
I love him, but he did take my look. But I came in, and I gave him a Skype interview with this look, and I had like my dog on my lap, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get this fucking job. I had just like I've been fired twice. I was fired once on Ellen, God bless, and then I was fired for this pilot that I was doing about some small podunk town in Arizona that they wanted to like basically turn into Duck Dynasty. It was like some weird recluse town in Arizona, and I had been fired like 2 days before, and I didn't care. It was great. I called the guys who ran the production company douchebags.
Yeah.
Because they would not do it. They wouldn't talk to me. It was a bad scene. And so then I'm like, I'm not going to get this stupid job.
Yeah.
And of course,
Was this
get
when
on-
the show was already established or brand new?
This is when the show was established, but like
We still
they
didn't
were
know what
still
we're doing.
transitional, and
Sure.
it was a tough.
Yeah, it was
a tough time.
2, 3?
0.5,
Yeah, 2.5 and 3.
No.
It was like 2.5. Yeah.
No, let's check the tape. I didn't.
It was in the
know.
beginning. I would definitely say it was in the beginning.
Yeah, but the show had caught interest, and I knew about the show, and I had seen snippets of it. I'm like, the show's hilarious, but like, I'm not going to get it. They're not going to bring me out from LA. And long story longer, we just kept talking. we kept chatting, and I was like, this is going great. These guys are normal. They're genuinely funny. And the guy, the bald guy with like the slight facial hair, like is a problem. And they made that very clear even in there. They were like, I'm like, they're busting on this guy. I'm like, this is gonna be great. But he's done really well. And then they brought me out, and like honestly, I've said this to you a million times in all sincerity. It's like when they hired me, they took a chance on me. I took a chance on them, but like not really. Like they already had their shit together enough. And it did change my life. And then I ended up coming out to New York, and then ended up getting over to late night, and we had a very successful time together. And it really made me realize that I was good at this, and that there were people out there who really wanted to be better. And like I had like come through a series of shit shows and like just bad
Were you
experiences.
producing in Chicago first too? Because you said you were...
No. I was raised in Chicago, and I was in New York for 2 years, then LA for 12 before I
Oh,
came
wow.
back
Yeah.
here in
Wow.
2013. It's all on my IMDb that no one checks except for me and my mother.
I actually read it today.
Yeah, he read it today. Flat read it today. You knew you'd
It's
come up.
fine. It's fine. It could use some work. But that's really it. And then I just got there, and they let me be me.
Yep.
And I also let them be them. And that's the thing that I think, to stroke both of our ding dongs,
Yeah.
was missing from what before. It's
Well,
like
yeah.
these guys need to do what they need to do, and you need to let them.
Yeah.
And
Well, Polano knows.
I was around for
Oh, of course.
another showrunner who
remain
didn't
nameless.
let anybody do anything, including like a camera guy. Like you get out of my shot, guy. Like
The best guys who do this, and I learned this from my current boss and several before, that you let the talent be the talent, and when there's something that they feel strongly about, they step up. And then they also fight for the talent when, there's a way to do it with the network, but they step up, and really, you got to trust in the vision, and you have to let them lead, but also know like when to pull back a little and do that in the right way. And the network gets that now, and God bless Drew, man. Like they're letting them do their thing, and at the same time, like these guys didn't back down ever.
You hear that, Time Inc?
Never
You
did.
hear that?
oh, here we go.
Oh, here it
Today's
is. Here it
podcast
is.
brought to you by Time Inc.
Oh, geez.
Well,
What do I do now? Do I sit back and tell me the Time Inc.
Well,
story?
just let you know the Time Inc. story. It's Derek used to be on a show called Fast Lane Daily, right?
Yeah.
FLD. And you want to tell? Good.
Yeah, and I was just doing...
Time Inc. bought it. And they
Hold
got
on a
fired.
second, that's an acronym. FLD is Fast Lane too.
Yeah, Time Inc. bought it, and then
Then they decided not to
But
do
what
it.
you said was perfect. Let the talent be the talent. And we were doing great audience-wise, and then they canceled it.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway,
Just looking at your IMDb, you were also known as
Wait. Look at me when you look at my IMDb.
It's getting to me. Okay. Also known as M. Eric Leiderman.
That is, I don't know what kind of bullshit that is. Is that a
You go
typo?
for like an M. Merrick Shyamalan.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, it's right here on your details. Also known as M. Eric.
It's probably M is just for Mister, and someone got stoned when they were inputting. And got the R. We got the M and the period, and we're gonna wrap
So
it up.
now you're learning something about
I am.
yourself.
God bless you.
I mean,
behind
you
me.
should check your IMDb more. I'll call your mother and she'll tell you what's up.
Hi, Mom.
Twist.
That's actually the best piece of advice I've gotten in a long time. M. Dot.
M.
We're all gonna die.
or Merrick.
No one can keep
Merrick.
track of these
It
details.
might be Merrick.
Merrick,
Goodman.
as I said.
My mother's from Merrick.
Merrick.
God, there's free beer here. There's
You
pasta.
were saying something?
Oh yeah, FLD.
You're just waiting to pull that violin music up that I see on your stupid
Well,
iPad.
this is what I'm doing over here. I'm trying to like.
Well,
my
it's
role.
over. Let it go. Go on to the next thing.
I didn't even do it.
Are you Fred Norrising it over there?
I'm
What's going
prepared a
on?
little
Fred
bit.
Norris.
I'm prepared every time Derek starts to cry. I do. I gotta put.
Do people
the brain-
cry?
Eric, am I
Fucking
crying? I cried earlier. But,
You cried earlier today?
I cried earlier today.
Because how small the hotel room is that we're in?
You mean the window?
No, I didn't cry, but they were getting very deep.
Oh, really?
Promotional consideration.
Who was
Brought
the-
to you by Wyndham.
Who was the guest that you were?
Nobody.
Nobody.
It was
just us.
One of
They were-
ours.
it was our Christmas special. It was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or last week.
You guys are really
Yeah,
ahead of
2
it.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Only because Gatto's, I mean, I'm Polano, I know you're an organized guy, but like Gatto's like, oh, we're going to do the Christmas special. It's like a magazine. It's like October. It's like, we got to think with the Christmas. It's just,
You have no
Or
idea.
fashion.
You have no idea.
Oh, he's on
We
it.
did next year's Halloween episode after that tonight.
I believe you. Honestly, you should call Sal and Q and be like, this is how you do it. Just like knock him out. Get a room.
Yeah.
Get
this
a
guy
small
some
hotel
lukewarm
room.
I mean,
pasta.
Hey, I offered to add 15 more seconds onto that penne alla vodka.
Oh, yeah, and you have an extra sauce in there.
You want some? Look it up. I got tomato mozzarella up the balls up in here.
I don't know. Is that something Italian?
Yeah.
What's
you
tomato
know-
mozzarella? Give
You
me a
know what
minute.
tomato and mozzarella?
He's going to Google it.
Is
Hold
it
on.
bruschetta?
There's no bruschetta.
Oh, so there's no bread.
No bread. It's a tomato and mozzarella slice. It's a caprese salad. Look, take a look. You can see it from where you're at.
Bruschetta.
There's ham and
Yeah,
gabagool
look.
right there.
Oh, yeah, ham. That's a great one for me.
Are we in the kitchen?
Oh, you don't want these tomatoes and cheese? Well, I have ham. It's like, oh, yeah, I'll be right over.
Why don't we hang out anymore?
I know, right?
Are we in the kitchen or the living room?
Right now, we are in the
Both.
living room.
We're in, both.
We're in the kitchen.
We're in the kitchen.
the
They're in the
kitchen.
living room. I don't even know what's happening.
No, this is the kitchen because this is a kitchen table,
But let's be honest.
not a dining room
You
table.
almost have me on the porch.
Let's be honest. I would kill for this place in the city. This
Oh
is
yeah,
insane.
come on. This is like
Can you
Shangri-La.
imagine?
It's a,
Not
it's a
Eric.
proper one bed, right?
No, two.
Two
bad.
buddy. Two
Too
bad.
bad.
But
Too
Eric-
bad. Too bad.
But Eric just stepped his game up. Eric just stepped his game up recently. He's down at Billy Burke.
Yeah, I'm actually in Greenpoint.
Now he's in Greenpoint. What?
Yeah.
Bro, BK, you know what? Because Manhattan is so 2005.
Take that G.
Do you guys like new buildings?
Because I got one.
I've got heat that blows on you and doesn't just suffocate you. It's a real step up. Top of the world.
He's tough, man.
He is tough.
Right?
What is me?
buildings.
Heat? I know. What's the deal with heat? I know. It's fucking.
That's the kind of magic you get here on PBR, buddy.
I know, right?
I'm sitting.
And then we segued into heat. Next thing we were talking about the sun and like
Yeah.
space and the cosmos. Leiderman jumped out the window. It's fine.
You wanted to talk about his frenulum for 35 minutes. I had to pull you off the cliff.
You're fair enough.
You're big on pulling people off a bit.
Off a bet?
A conversation. Whatever.
No, Joe's like, it happened. We can move on. right?
I always find what they call the high point and move on to the next one.
Yeah.
But if you want to stay and dwell and make it fall back down to, it's up to you.
Don't look at me like I'm Dennis the intern who ruined the whole
No,
album.
he ruined the whole hour before, so I'm trying to keep that.
You're
I'm on
welcome.
the forefront. I'm on the forefront of it all. I'm the guy who's known to do the da-na-na-na. That's me.
the button.
Was that an
The button.
ESPN?
No, that was Impractical Jokers.
I will tell you this: when working on Jokers, I am very excited, as most people, when we know Joe's going last.
Right. He's the closer.
Yeah, because we're tired. It's been a long day, and he's going to go in, and it's going to be a button, and it's done.
And we're out.
Well, he also is the most. I mean, I would argue that Murr has a lot of energy.
Yeah.
But I think Joe is a guy who he pulls it out. He can. I mean, not that again. Not even a shit on Murr at all. But it's just like Gatto is the fucking DH.
Yeah,
you know what I
when-
mean? He comes, he's just like, oh, he's on the bench. He's been resting. He's the largest.
Yes.
Not anymore.
Hold
Not
on.
even remotely.
Actually, you're right. Let's roll the tape. Got a package of the ups and downs. Yeah, Sal is. They can everyone except for Murr. Murr's actually has the best body.
Murr does.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah.
We found a positive.
Yeah, that's it.
Eric has spoken.
Can I always want to ask you this. You probably get this question. Does Q, Murr, and Sal, do they want to get back at you for, because the tattoos are definitely like
Yeah,
the
no.
craziest punishment.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Like,
everybody accepts it and moves on.
Because they don't think like you on top of the Roosevelt tram. That's crazy, but
That
that's
was-
not.
yeah, that was-
but
that
that's
was a
not-
big one for me.
But that's not.
That sucked.
But like,
Sucks. No, I mean, that
are
was
they
very-
planning on something like?
No, we just keep thinking. You got to remember, like we're at season 7, 26
Yeah.
episodes each. There's only so much you could do to each
7
other.
point. What are we at?
We're at
But you-
7.0 right now.
Do you think they'll hit you back with a tattoo? At some
No,
point?
yeah, it's a gentleman's agreement. You can't repeat it on because then you'd be afraid to do anything, right? Because then it's like, oh, you threw me out of plane, I'll throw you out of plane.
Yeah. There you go.
That would take away all the.
There are
originality.
rules there.
but we didn't realize that there was going to be so many episodes. Like, you know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
in season 7. I mean, it's starting to get. a little
I thought
nuts.
you guys crossed a threshold when you numbed Murr's
Novocaine,
face.
yeah.
Now I'm like, oh
That was
god, they're
good.
doing medical stuff. Pretty soon it's going to be like,
Yeah.
now Sal's going to lose a hand.
Well, yeah, we found that dentist.
Not
and
only-
that dentist was like, yeah, I'll shoot him up with Novocaine.
You're not a good dentist. But thank you.
There was a
And
very.
you know that guy tells his patients like, "Oh, by the way, you might have seen me
Yeah.
at my work on."
That's not the guy you want being your dentist.
No, that's not the guy
not
who
at
would be
all.
your dentist.
There was a very weird period I remember where it was like a lot of doctor's office. Like one of my first shoots was the podiatrist office.
Yes.
And I was like, we're going to all these like clinical places. And I remember being there like not long enough. And the podiatrist, of course, is like, what do you do here? And I'm just like in the middle of Jersey. And I'm just like, I don't know. But I was definitely sitting there like, oh man, I'm on my feet a lot. Like, and because I'm in the field at that point, I was in the field a lot in the beginning.
Yeah.
And long story short, I just ended up getting like full orthotics from this guy in the back room. It was the great, and I'm like, this job has like before I went to like NBC and like I was like, oh, I get a car home and like this. I'm like, oh, this is the life. I got free orthotics. My mother, my father, like, you got free orthotics. They're just like, you know how much those are. Those are very expensive. Like, that's a big thing. Like, did you have to give him your insurance card? I'm like, no, straight up, man. This motherfucker just gave me orthotics. Dr. Dan Margolin, respect. Jersey, wherever he was. And
Are they in your shoes right now?
No, I never wear them. But I just want to get and then feel good if I got something.
That's
so
right.
it fills the hole. Yeah. But then I remember someone peeked in. I remember from production. It could have been like Mooney or someone like
Right.
that. Someone peeked in and like saw like my feet like in like plaster. And they're like, what the fuck you doing? I'm like, I'm running the show, you fucking idiot. I'm running the fucking show. What do you think? Get out of here.
From the closet, getting fit for orthotics.
The man putting wet bandages on my feet. You
Get the
idiot.
inside scoop.
And because you don't understand this is why you'll never
Never on the show. That's right.
Oh, I just really knew how to take advantage of it. God bless.
Yeah.
God bless.
Was the transition difficult from a show like
Oh yeah, that's two totally different beasts.
Yeah,
Oh my
right.
God, it's when I walked in there, I was like with my being myself and like my hair was long. I was a professional musician like in LA. I would alternate between that and running, getting producing gigs and writing gigs. And
What'd you
stuff. Drummer, I was a professional
Nice.
drummer for a long time.
Side note, you told me how to play drums right before the Imagine Dragons.
How'd that
concert.
go? It wasn't bad actually.
wasn't
You
bad.
had the look.
I had the look.
We
That
have
was great.
rhythm, man.
Yeah, I got rhythm.
And I saw
But
Mac.
I had no idea how to play drums at all. And you took me for 5 minutes. You're like, listen, you're going to play drums. Look, let me show you something real quick. And he showed me like this double tap thing.
Knocked
and it got
out.
me through totally.
You knocked it out. Well, you looked legit behind the kid.
That's it. Well, I had a good stick. 1, 2, 3. The stick hit was great.
That's all you gotta do.
That's all it was really is.
Still smashing the rawhides?
I'm sorry. One more time.
I don't know.
You can just throw shit at him if you want. Like,
Smashing the rawhides is just like, it's like, dude, how many treats are you giving your dogs? Like, dude, they're smashing the rawhides. And you're like, no, I meant play drums. And I'm like, wait, my bad? I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. I have a lockout, in Greenpoint. That's why part of the reason I moved to Brooklyn so I can still play once in a while. And,
Nice.
And, it takes the skinny fat off. It's strictly for cardio. There's nothing happening anymore in the talent department. That ship has sailed, my friend. But it was a good run. But anyway, the transition was these guys, like I said, really let me do my thing. And then to go back in there, like, look, late night's great. It's Lauren's world. It's this SNL world. And like, they really do let you be yourself. And, but I was in a corporate environment, like, all right, here's your 401k and here's all your things. And here's like we had like all these, we have like a lot of time off.
Insurance.
No clue what that is.
Yo, insurance is crazy, guys. You guys should totally get it. It's really fun. You have a card.
I pay for it. It's terrible. But
It's all bad. My point is, it's all bad even here. But like the fact that I get it is great. But it definitely took me a minute. And also, I'm much more managerial, and I oversee and like keep the trains running on time more than like steer the creative. Here, like, I'm not a writer here, so it's much more overseeing like ad sales and like the segment producers, and I post the show every night, like what Gatto does at IJ, things like that I had skill sets before, but I wasn't doing
Right.
at IJ. I was like really in the running the writers' room and those things. So it took a minute, but it really is a super positive environment.
But you got a really good a marriage of your passions
Marriage
on this.
what?
A marriage of your passions, right?
Yes,
Because you brought a whole drum segment into the show where you're
Yes.
rotating drummers, right?
Thank you for bringing
that.
that
Was
up. I
that was that
appreciate
your
that.
was that your idea?
Yes, it was, and it was kind of Fred Armisen, was the band leader, and he's a guitar. He started off as a guitar player. We had a drummer, and the drummer left, and then Fred took over on drums. And then meanwhile, Fred's out all the time. He's doing like Portlandia and like doing like all sorts of like new comedy and crazy successful, talented dude. And I'm like, hey, I know the best drummers in the world.
Yeah.
From multiple genres, like through my old endorsers and just through like being around that LA scene. And I just know who to get. So they're like, oh yeah, do it. And so with Fred's blessing and Seth's blessing, and they've let me do it. And now they really trust me to do it. And every week I'm meeting like my heroes every week, and also like the drum community is
awesome.
super stoked. And
Yeah, that's
the
really
band
cool.
is
I like seeing on your Instagram, like you throw up like
it's
pictures
crazy.
of people, and like you could see how happy you are that you actually got them.
It's so
what's going
embarrassing.
on. Yeah,
it is
no,
like
it's fun.
idol
It's
stuff
great.
because I love TV and I love comedy.
Yeah.
And there it's just like, oh, you're a drummer. And I'm like, that's okay because these are all dudes that were like up on my wall.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, like I'm like, yeah, really got to get Tommy Lee. And then like had a conversation like, yeah, dude, I'm totally gonna do it. And like, it doesn't pan out. And you're like, I'm gonna get Tommy Lee one day. And then like, eventually it'll happen. Like,
Yeah.
gotta really get Lars this week. And I'm like, this is my job.
Yeah.
They give me a paycheck. Like, look, it's hard work and it's busy and it's a bit of a juggle. But super happy that they let me do it, and glad that we can do like this
very
niche, cool niche musical thing that like on network television. You know, it feels like a coup.
And now there's a rhythm to it, right? Like it happens on a
what?
A rhythm.
Do you ever? Are you ever able
Hold
to
on,
like?
hold on. Let me
keep
get
going.
Let him finish that there. 'Cause it's not- and there it is.
I was offbeat. Go ahead.
Are you ever since you come from a comedy background, writing
Yes.
background as well? Are you ever just spitballing with the writers like, oh, it might be funny if you did this, or you just kind of step away from that?
I don't. You know, it's a guild show. Like the lines are clearly defined.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great, and that's also the sign of like
The complete
a
opposite
well-run
of
show.
Jokers.
Well, but that's the beauty. I mean, like these are two very beautiful, sleek animals. Like Jokers used to like the way it used to run. And Gatto will tell you like the way it used to run. It used to be every person for themselves, I'm sure, and then there would just be chaos, and then the magic happens on screen. To be honest, just like it doesn't happen like when they try to do the show with 4 people who aren't friends from high school,
Right.
who are just like thrown together in Sweden. There's a reason why the show ultimately comes together when the cameras are on, even if there isn't enough like jokes written, or like the location's a little flimsy, or we're having some problems with the permit, or like a costume's falling apart. There's a reason why the show is successful, and there's a reason why it can't be replicated. And that's something I think the viewers have picked up on, even though they don't realize that. That's what makes the show so special.
But there's a camaraderie at Seth too, right? Because that world is like all those guys know each other for
Totally.
So you have that behind the scenes, whereas just it's not.
Absolutely.
Front,
Well, Casey
there's a
was
shorthand they talk. Especially you got to put up a show every night, and
And then those guys, Seth came from doing a weekly show.
Yeah.
So he has to put together a weekly show. And I did a million weeklies, like with Wanda Sykes or with David Spade, even Kathy Griffin's show that I ran. Those were all weeklies. So you're sitting there all week trying to think of something and then trying to keep up with the news, which was not at the breakneck pace that it is now.
Right.
Now it's insane, but like you're going through that and trying to figure out what to put on the screen. And it's a big buildup. What do we do? Then you have like one half hour, 1 hour a week to decide what the funniest and best thing is. Whether it's IJ or a daily talker, you got a lot of chances to step up to the plate and take a big swing. And if it doesn't work, you just do the next one.
Yeah.
And that's the difference in these animals. Like tonight. Look, tonight wasn't the greatest show in the world, but tomorrow we get to do another one.
That's right. Yeah.
And that's the greatest thing
Yeah.
to start from scratch. And I think Seth really appreciated that transition once he started.
it's not all eggs
the new
one
thing.
basket.
Yeah, I mean,
7 days. You got to wait 6 days for your next shot.
Yes.
After
And then they go to, then they have like the SNL, they have like a massive after party, and everyone is out in parties and like, oh, what happened? It's like this big buildup. It's like a volcano. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like dating, or I could do a million other analogies that all end with some sexual reference, but I won't because it's 2017 and I'm not a fucking monster.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
But it's true too. I mean, I could speak to that on a very lower level than NBC, but I did a daily show,
That's
and
right.
it's like you do the one, and it's like, that wasn't as good, and then the next one you could do it all over again. They basically forget about the one yesterday, and they're with you on that next one.
100%. That's also that's a reassuring feel. We didn't get him tonight. Get back in there tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's
Knock
what's
it
up.
out.
That's what's great. That's what's great about it.
Are you familiar with Andres Ferrero?
Yeah, he's been on the show.
Oh, he has.
Yeah. From Hamilton.
Yeah.
I booked him. He's my man.
He's a great dude, right?
Great drummer.
Funny
Did a great
story
job.
about him. I taught in Red Bank a long time ago, and we got a new music teacher one day, and it's Andres.
How long ago?
Oh yeah. you saw.
2000,
Yeah.
2001. Nah, maybe a little
Post
bit.
Y2K.
Yeah.
Remember that? Mm-hmm. All right.
Yep. So we're in.
Non-existent.
Wow.
This-
Y2K.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for the trigger to pull on that one.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. Don't worry. There's enough things that are going against us right now.
We know Y2K is still a bottom of the barrel problem.
Oh no, my calendar's gonna reset. My hard drive. Oh no, everything I know and love. Okay.
Everyone like waited for the lights to just go off. Nothing happened.
Nothing.
I was drunk.
Go ahead.
He played in a band. Chris Ippolito, a friend of ours from Ampere Productions.
Yes, of course.
He played in a band called Chapter 5, Pat, and I think they referred to him as Pat. That might be his middle name. So Andres played drums for them. He was a beast.
He's a drunk.
I got it, Stella.
On a kid. Thank you very much. No. Oh, Liz Pena.
He got the Stella.
So he gets hired to teach music at this school, and he's there for one day. And we're in the basement of this dungeon talking. And he's like, "Man, I don't know if I could do this." I was like, "Bro, I don't think you should do this either," because I knew he was a good drummer, and I knew his heart wasn't in this. He wasn't going to be a music school teacher.
What were you doing? Were you a teacher?
I was teaching at the time.
What were you teaching?
That time, probably fourth grade.
That's hot.
Yeah, awesome.
That's
right?
hot. That's the sexiest thing
I
I've ever
remember,
heard.
like, I feel like I talked him out of. I talked him off a ledge, but I was agreeing with him. He's
real
like, I
job.
can't do this. I was like, bro, you can't do this. Like, you should leave. And he never came back. And then I lost
One
contact.
day?
One day.
You told him to get out of here.
Yeah, I would like definitely, man. I wish
What
like,
was the vibe that basically
because he was, you know him, right? And you know how talented he is,
Thank
right?
you.
So take that ball of energy and talent and then put it
So
into a
positive.
basement of a church with a bunch of kindergartners.
Were you a PS -1?
Yeah, man. It was a
Underground?
charter school in the basement of a church. Okay.
We're all going to be fine.
Yeah, it'll be
this
fine.
country's
So
fine.
and I could see that he was so broken being there.
So you're basically saying that
I'm responsible for him
Hamilton-
winning an Emmy, a Grammy,
That's all I wanted. That's
highly
great.
award winning. No, but
So you're just looking for a thank you phone call.
That's it.
I talked to him today. Actually, I was actually trying. I was full disclosure. I was researching you.
Yeah.
And I saw the whole drummer thing.
Gross.
And I was like, I gotta call Andres and see if he can make it tonight.
Pop in. Yeah.
Yeah, but
He's in Hamilton?
He actually,
Andres
he's hurt.
is so supportive. Oh, he's
Yeah.
hurt? What do you mean?
He hurt his hand.
So he's not playing right now?
Not right now.
You said he was in Hamilton, or
He's the
He's the
drummer.
drummer.
Oh, in Hamilton. Nice.
He's always there. It's his
question.
Isn't that a crazy
Great gig.
story though? Like
Question, what's
how he
Hamilton?
could have taken that job. He could have taken that job, man. He could be a kindergarten teacher right now.
I mean,
He's
Hamilton,
like
what is that? Is
He's
that a
like
3D
world
movie?
renowned.
so you thought like he would have like taught for 14 years and then bailed for Hamilton. That's amazing. Yeah, it's really cool though.
Yeah.
Really a super positive guy.
Yeah.
When you get guys that come in and do this gig, they're just there for a week. And they get that they're featured, like I plug whatever, like, they're pushing the Hamilton soundtrack or like this tour they're going on. The drummer, you don't need to be a musician to know, like, the drummer is the guy in the back who's like, look at me.
Yeah.
And I always like being a drummer because like I was always tall and stuck out, and this way I could sit and then I could just kind of hide, but also
So you're
hold
lazy.
it down. Well, that's another podcast.
I like to sit. That's why I became a
I like
drummer.
to sit. My spine is weak.
Oh, the lead vocalist, he's got to be up there and singing, and the guitar guy.
Who am
Where
I?
can I sit?
It's like the idea of like being vulnerable
doing
up there.
splits. I don't think
You're
so.
going to either be Yanni or a drummer.
Yanni, remember
have,
that?
have you approached Neil Peart? I can never pronounce his name.
That's said
He
by,
retired, right?
Said by a guy behind me who knows one drummer.
That's the drummer I know.
Yeah, there he
That's
is.
fine. Neil would be amazing to have. I don't know. I don't think he's playing right now. I think Russia's on a bit of a hiatus. I don't know what's going
What
on.
about the Def Leppard drummer?
I have tried so fucking hard to get Rick Allen for real, because the only reason it's not an option is because he has to bring in that special kit that's made for a guy with one arm.
Yeah.
Right, because
As we all
the
know.
foot pedals, right?
It's all feet. It's all electronics. It weighs like 2 tons. I've gone deep with this already. I
Really?
talked to the publicist. I talked to like the crew. They need like 3 or 4 guys to travel
Wow.
to bring the kit in. To like we have to put them up. It's a whole cost.
Is
thing.
that the
And
get,
then
though?
Strike.
Is that the get? That's got to be.
That's the production get.
Okay.
That's like the how do we do this,
Yeah,
figure it
yeah,
out
yeah.
get. And then I have to like put like Rick Allen on stage with a bunch of like indie rock dudes.
Yeah.
And I have to strike the whole kit. It's just like a wooden frame. I don't know if a huge piece of like metal and electronics is going to fit. I don't even know if it would support it. But oh my God, do I want it to happen? I saw Def Leppard 1987 in your round in your face. I was there, a stereo tour that like changed my life. And then to have him there, that you're right. I mean, that would be you went a little lowbrow with Neil Peart. Not that he's not an amazing drummer and one of the best.
I got your Peter Chris.
No, all right, just give me a second. You went with
you
you
also
went,
have your iPhone in your pocket that you're Googling all this?
the internet's right there.
Yeah, but he's like doing top 40 rock and roll drummers.
That's true. I don't go.
What about the Rush drummer?
You went well.
Yeah.
Pay attention to because we were just talking about it.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna rewind the podcast.
That's Neil
And
Peart.
the heat's
You're
off
gonna
then.
get a
and pass the bug.
Well, guys, thanks for having me.
Great.
Now
Eric Leiderman.
I don't remember his name. I'm sorry.
No worries.
So how is it to work on Fallon?
Oh my God, that's the next question.
I love it. You want to get into your shit? What happened? You reboot?
I'm rebooting, man. This thing's just not working for me.
checked
today,
out,
man.
Are you
What
trying to like
doing?
give me like honky honky?
Not really. Just some bed music, you know.
Do we take a break? What happened?
There's no breaks.
No.
We're breaking right now,
really?
but you don't.
I just didn't know it.
You don't know it.
I urinated before, so I'm fine.
You're good.
Drinking all the Stellas. I'm gonna get 3 in me and get my money's worth.
There you go,
What a
man.
night. Woo! Oh, look at these city views.
You got a car home. What do you care? Take one to go.
That's so not necessary, by the way. Thank you for that.
Of course, we love
Thank you
it.
for that.
Well, it's like after 8, right? You get a car.
I don't talk about my transportation home from NBC, but I will say that I was very generous of Joe to to provide me the car tonight. I hope I get a fabulous driver. I'm looking forward to some real riveting conversation.
You're going all the way to Greenpoint, baby. We got to get you home.
Dude, Greenpoint.
I gotta go get him, man. I'm so sorry.
No
It
way.
won't work. It's like
How will it not work?
it worked earlier. It's not working now. It doesn't matter though. We have our guests here. We're gonna do what we do,
This is great.
right? I mean, like
Make it
whatever.
a-
It's
But
just
can't you
look-
put just the music in post?
I can, but I feel like I need it. Just
Not anymore.
let me do my thing.
got it.
Plug it into your phone.
Why do you want to do?
I have the new stupid phone with the stupid
You need
thing.
the dongle.
You got the dongle? Give me that dongle.
Yeah.
I got a dongle.
Oh, I fought it.
All right, so on the show, we play a little game called Top or Bottom. I'm going to read you two.
Oh, that's what's happening.
Yeah, hear the music.
transitions
Oh,
to
as a
a
matter of fact,
game.
interesting fact.
Yes.
This song right now, Soup du jour, the drummer, Andres.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Did you plan this?
No, I
this
didn't.
is
I
so
just
nice.
realized that right now.
Musical bed.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And a matter of
I
fact,
love that you know him. That's a great connection.
I was just going to say,
He's a good one.
Did you work on the music video for Chris's video back in
No, I skipped that one. I didn't want to do that.
the day? Because then you would have met him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So nice.
so
I hope he's okay. I'm gonna check in with him now.
that was an accident. I don't know how bad it was, but
Well, anytime a drummer injures, an arm or a hand is a problem. That's just me.
I think it was like a
Just
carpal
throwing it
tunnel
out
thing.
there.
I don't think it was a Def Leppard kind of thing.
Are you sure?
Is it a
You know what I
problem
mean?
when
I
a
feel
drummer,
so bad if
is it
Andres
a problem
lost
when a drummer hurts his hand?
Well, here's the
Yeah,
thing.
is it like when Usain Bolt like sprains his ankle? Yeah.
Again, you're jumping to a lot of conclusions. I don't know where you're getting your research from. IMDb.
Is that better?
How about Neil Peart?
So good.
What band was he in anyway?
That's so great.
All right, top or bottom.
So
I'm going to
happy.
give you two terms. If these two things were in a relationship, which one would be on the top? Which one would be on the bottom? It's all about the revolution of our guests, which is you, so they're tailored to you, but we'll round table them. We're not going to let Dennis chime in because he's annoying. Top or bottom number
I'm
one.
not Dennis.
That's not the Dennis. The
that's
answer,
Derek.
Bonnie, that's Derek.
I was like-
people often mistake the two.
Derek,
It's like
that-
you looked at him and then.
yeah, you pointed to me when
Yes,
you said
you
Dennis.
did.
Beer and a shot or a nice glass of wine?
Okay, so I have to beer and a shot, or no,
That's a glass of wine.
Yeah, it started easy. I'm just trying to figure you out a little bit.
beer and a shot.
Yeah?
You're in a beer shot kind
Beer and a
of guy.
shot's
Yeah, to
nice-
start
nice
off the
time.
night.
Yep.
Then I'll back away from that. But yeah, I'll do like I will now that I'm like out and about. Wink, wink,
Winky, winky, wink, 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 wink. Follow me. Instagram, IMDb.
So many followers.
These are the new Nikes.
Yeah. Did you see? I got them. Oh, fucking sad life.
What I got?
Beer and a shot because you got to start off. I think you start off a little hot, and then that reminds your body that it's time to drink.
Every shot too has a specific beer that has to be done with it. If you're
Yeah.
going to go that route, right?
But
You can't just
do the smart thing in New York bars. Everything's so expensive. They always have these things on where it's like a Miller High Life and like a well whiskey. Like it's smooth and easy drinking stuff. Like do 2 rounds of that and then pull it back and give yourself a good foundation. It's like a house. You're not going to build it on sand.
That's right.
Am I right?
You're right.
Am I right?
That's right.
I hope we all learned something
They
tonight.
do that at Bond Street with like a PBR and some sort of whiskey.
Absolutely. A well whiskey is fine with a PBR. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, God bless.
Are there more questions?
well,
we
I'm
go
waiting
fun.
for Derek to answer.
Oh,
'cause-
there's why? Who cares? You guys, you know how many times these guys answer these questions?
I've never
Well,
answered
it's
this
always
one.
different.
This is always
it's always
Okay, hold on. Let me get my listening mode. Go on.
I'm Derek, not Dennis.
Hi.
No, but I only really drink wine like when I go on like a date or something.
which is never.
That's not true. But so I think I'd start drinking beers, and then I'll like do a shot. I don't like get the beer with like
That is-
the JMO next to it.
But see, that's exactly how you're not supposed to do
I know, but I gotta go beer and shot because that's the closest thing to it that I would do.
So beer, then a shot.
Yeah, like a couple beers and a shot.
That's how you get. That's how you get arrested on your birthday.
I've never gotten arrested on my
for
birthday.
fighting a cop.
That was why you,
I'm
we
just
know
saying.
someone that happened to it.
You were there. You were there.
I was there and witnessed it.
Yeah, that's horrible.
6 strangers. There was 3 of us. I didn't get arrested for that.
I do beer and a shot.
No, you don't.
Ginger beer and a shot of fun.
Hey,
I'm gonna go glass of wine.
Oh yeah, you are a good Chardonnay.
At this point in my life,
Right.
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
I went to Long Island in February and did a bunch of wine tours. That was fun though.
Yeah.
Did you blog about it?
Yeah, I blogged about it.
I'm sure he did.
Blogging's back.
dude.
Never
in a
did
big
it.
way.
I think I just Snapchat a bunch.
Yeah. That's the new blog.
Insta stored.
No,
Snapchat's done too.
Yeah, I'm more.
Move so fast.
Snapchat is maybe. Top or bottom number 2, a mud or a purebred?
Oh, purebred without question.
Really, you son of a bitch.
You guys with your fucking rescues. Hey, everyone who's listening. Hey, everyone who's like adopt a dog. It's just like
Adopt, don't shop.
I got news for you. People are always going to breed dogs. Those dogs are alive. People are never going to stop breeding dogs. That's how dogs have evolved through actual like breeding, through
Yeah.
people thinking about breeding dogs. It's never going to stop. You can love a mutt just as much as a purebred. I'm not denying that there's a problem with mutts and dogs in kennels and pounds in general, but I'm just saying there is nothing better. I am a long-term miniature schnauzer connoisseur.
LTE.
Absolutely. And my breeder in Green Lane, Pennsylvania.
You got a guy?
I have a woman. I have an 85-year-old woman.
You got an
who's the
85-year-old
Schnauzer
woman?
queen of the Eastern Seaboard. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's a T-shirt waiting to happen.
The Schnauzer Queen
went
of the
Schnauzer
Eastern
Queen.
Seaboard.
Believe me, I have more. I've been given more Schnauzer gifts in my life. Everyone's like, "Yo, I got you Schnauzer socks." I'm like, "Sweet." Just throw them in the pile and then burn it with the rest of everything else.
Originality.
But yeah, honestly, like, man, purebred forever. And I had mutts in college and whatnot, but like, I grew up, my grandfather miniature Schnauzers all the way.
It's also nostalgic for you then.
Yeah, but you can't look at you can't look at two babies. One who was born to a couple who was in love, a married couple, non-married couple who was in love, versus someone who didn't want the kid. A kid is a kid is a kid is a dog is a dog is a dog.
I look at it
Do the
differently.
math.
You're talking
Because
about
you're a
like-
normal human being. I get it. I'm very partial. This is weird. I get it.
I think with those two babies, one would have to be like created by like a Hitler Youth, like the perfect like.
Michael.
Wow.
That made
No,
a
but
left.
That took a turn.
No, what I'm saying is like he
Into
put,
a wall.
or I could have said a slave in America.
Yeah.
They put, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah.
the Nazi Germans put two people together to get the perfect person.
Perfect baby.
As so did the
But
slave
that
owners.
person.
That's like breeding a dog.
That entity is a sentient being. They're alive at that point. They didn't choose. That dog didn't choose to be a purebred. That baby didn't choose like who its parents were or why. They're alive. So alive is alive is alive. Is my attitude.
And love is love is love.
Yeah.
Unless we want to start banning like
Yeah, but that's
No, but if you stop
you made the
buying-
jump right away from mutt to rescue. Like
this is my
we're not
podcast.
saying- okay,
This is
you're
my
right. You're right.
podcast. I'm a guest here in this hotel room. There's a fridge. There's food. There's like some cookies. There's some ham.
You got it.
Let me live my life.
Live it, buddy. Live it away.
There's a Capri salad in the
I
fridge.
love being a guest. This is great.
We love having you. I'm so
Thanks
glad
for
you
having
came
me.
by.
97.9 the Fox. We'll be right back. Got downtown traffic all the way up to the loop and back. Go ahead.
I understand the purebred argument. I mean, if you want a purebred and you like that dog, like I get what he's saying. Like it's still alive. It's a being. It didn't choose to be there. But growing up, I always had rescues. So I would say mud on top.
There's no. You guys are right about this. I know. I'll just be honest.
Well, you could have a purebred rescue, guys. Like there's purebreds that have to be rescued.
No,
Oh,
100%.
very different
yeah.
than a mutt.
I see what you're saying.
I tried that for a
A
while.
mutt, a mutt is just two dogs that aren't the same breed. A purebred is two dogs that are the same breed. That's what it is. If I'm going head to head, and I'm saying I would definitely go mutt because I've always had mutts,
But all your dogs are purebreds.
You have like 17 dogs
and they're
now.
all mutts.
They're
They're all mutts.
They're all rescues.
They're all little dudes.
They're all
Yeah, they're all-
besides
you know what?
one. The one that started us off, Cannoli.
Cannoli.
was the one we bought, and then we understood what happened. But she's not even purebred. She's a bred.
Yeah, but you know what the problem with all those dogs are? They're
Yeah.
all a trouble. They all smoke cigarettes. They're all bad.
That's right. It's a
They're
big
trouble
gang.
with those dogs.
streets.
Do you even know how,
That's right.
do you
Shitting in
even know
the
how many
yard.
dogs I have right now? Do you know how many dogs I have right now?
I just don't want to.
Isn't it 5 or 6?
This is a separate podcast, right?
Five.
For real.
5
it's
dogs.
5 and 2 children.
Yes. Cannoli, biscotti, tartufo.
Oh,
Zeppeli,
Tartufo, that's
and
one I always
Spumoni.
forget.
Yeah.
Tartufo.
Spumoni.
Rolls right off the tongue.
you lost one. You lost
And I
one.
lost one. Mishkin.
What do you mean you lost one?
Dead.
Who did it?
the other 4 dogs.
The other 4 dogs. Shit got real.
She was a purebred. They
that
didn't
was,
like
that
that
was our
shit.
elderly one. We got 13. The 13-year-old. The one with the tongue hanging out.
How long did you?
7 months
Whose
we had
dogs
her.
have? Oh, and it was a rescue.
It was rescue. Yeah, we got
You're
old
such a
one.
good.
Oh, it was
person.
old.
But
it was
then
like,
now we got an oldie with a one eye, Zeppeli. 9-year-old, one eye. He's going to last longer, though.
Let's see more grams with the one who's beat up. I was like, oh, here's this one, and then the one with no eye. Why
I know.
didn't you see in
The one with the
picture?
no eye is a little bit out of
It's like in
on
the background.
Looking at it, to be honest, he's in the back sometimes. Put the cute white dogs up front.
Yeah, cuddle time. It's like, where's the one? It's like under the bed, like the blanket over its head, like.
Trying to suffocate itself.
All right, well, again, all these points are valid.
No, but I just say mutt because I've always had mutts, and I like the how they don't look like they look like their own thing.
Yeah, it's a unique. It is a childhood thing. My grandfather brought home like 8 miniature schnauzers.
I forgot, that's it.
To my
Yeah.
family.
So just used to, yeah, it's a good thing.
I feel like
now
when
I'm a
you
racist
look,
What'd you
piece
have
of shit
growing
about
up when you
dogs.
had the what was that
Mutts,
dog you had?
always
Yeah,
mutts.
what was that dog you had that I hated?
I really feel
it was Taffy.
Taffy, bitter.
Yeah, which you should love because it was like
The
a
sister.
Yeah.
There was a sister.
Oh,
it was a
Midnight.
sister of Midnight. My
Our last dog was it was named Wyatt. He was a husky and Akita mix. He had a blue eye and one eye was blue and brown.
I like
Sick.
that. That's a real manly dog.
He was cool.
That's a dog who can keep a secret.
I took.
yeah, he doesn't say what he doesn't say what that body is.
That is a dog who just is loyal to death.
He was.
The lovely and talented Pam and I went to the shelter the other day to.
Is that your wife?
Yeah.
You almost came back with one.
Yeah, we went.
Oh,
to look
really?
at Buster Brown.
I don't think Hank would have been happy with
Oh,
that.
that we wanted. See, we're having our first child in April, so we were like, everybody keeps saying, that poor dog, the poor dog. You're gonna stop paying attention to the dog.
It's the Lady and the Tramp theory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want chop suey. Lady's like, what?
Yeah, they're going to eat spaghetti and kiss. I get it.
So we were thinking about maybe getting Hank a friend,
Yeah.
So we went to the pound. We saw this dog, Buster Brown, 3-year-old mutt, and my wife's halfway there in the pregnancy, so she's kind of emotional at times. I turned around as we're walking through the kennel. She has her hands up on the cage and she's bawling. She's full on crying, and I hear like the song from that commercial in the background, "Arms of the Angels," like playing.
Arms
You know?
of the Angels.
And it was a really sad moment. You want to adopt
Sarah.
every one of those dogs, and I guess I got to say mutt for the purpose of those dogs are in prison, and the purebreds are only being bred because people are willing to buy them.
You're 100% right. It is. It is all bait, but everything, like everything else, all your behaviors. I don't want to get off roid here, but like it all goes back to what happened in your childhood.
Yeah, I get it.
I plan on getting a
Especially
kid
with
from
a
a
dog.
prison. So
Oh, that's good. That's
Again, I'm saying a purebred. I've seen a cute purebred that I
Yeah.
love. Like you watch those dog shows.
everyone.
Some of those
I get
purebreds
mad.
are so great. They make some pretty dogs purebreds.
So gorgeous. I'm every year. When I remember the first year I was at Seth in February. I talked to the talent department. I'm like, does anyone know anyone at Westminster? Yeah. And I'm going to use my producing like NBC power. And every year since 2014, I go backstage at Westminster. I go to the schnauzer person and I watch as they're getting groomed and fluffed. Meanwhile, the dog's there a housewife is like on Percocet and just like, it's like it's Sharon Stone in Casino. Like,
That's
hey, what's
right.
up? Just rocking back and forth.
Yeah. We're gonna do this?
Yeah. We can do this now. You ready? Yeah, it's good. I love you too. Bye. And I go back and I look at all these purebred dogs, and it really is. It's a whole different thing, and that's the part that I'm fascinated by. But also, it's like these dogs. Like, yeah, it's a living. Yeah, it's what I do, and it's very. It's very weird.
Yes.
Man, it's so great. I can't wait to go back. 2018.
2018, can I come?
I
You
actually
got a
have a
+1?
+1.
You got a +1, I'm in.
Damn, you're a +1 grabber.
are you trying to
Dude,
like?
I'm trying to get
dummy.
to all the cool things.
You actually should do that. You would love it.
I would
Because
love
it's
it.
like-
Could you really
Bessie
get
would
me
go
in or
too,
not?
Yeah.
Could you really get me?
If you want to go with me and like really be in, I'm in.
That'd be great.
I
go
would
backstage.
love a
It's like
day date.
backstage at a show.
I would love a day date with you. That'd be great.
It's a night date because I go best in show night and the terrier group night.
Are you trying to get one of the
I'll get
dogs
this there.
on
I'll
the
do best in
show?
show night. I can't
We
do
did.
two.
I did. I already did that.
Oh,
So we had.
You got to work that into your show where your dogs.
Yeah.
There is.
That's
That's a good idea.
We
for a
have
bit.
we have a punishment that is my dogs. One of my dogs get entered in the Westminster.
Do you have a contact?
No,
at
I don't. If
Westminster?
you have one, it'd be great.
Done.
oh, look
That's
at that!
great.
See how networking happens.
Yeah,
Done.
Because
Did that other thing ever? I know we're on. Did it ever work out?
No,
Really?
no, it didn't
Is that on him?
on him.
I've done so much for them. I will follow that up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's annoying. I've done more requests to them. Are we still on the podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Mike, whatever, sidebar.
I'll talk to you right after this, but we're supposed to do it actually this month, and he was unavailable because he's in Miami.
Unacceptable.
Yeah,
I'll goose it.
great.
Yeah, I'll talk to him
I mean,
myself.
do you want me to call?
I'll talk to
Because
him myself.
I get my intern on it. Dennis, you want to make the phone call?
To the person that I don't know, absolutely. To do something I don't understand, even better.
He gets his haircut by Tito
Santana.
Anyway, no.
Again, I'm just a guest.
So, top or bottom number 3.
Yes.
I want
We're
to
on
give you the
3.
option here because I wrote Sheila E. or Neil Peart first because I figured everybody knew who Neil Peart was. But now Neil Peart's been embarrassed on the show.
No, he's the
Neil
drummer
Peart.
for Rush.
Yeah, thank you, Derek.
Nailed it, dude.
Yeah. So I think I want to.
Now he's got it.
He's a
he's got
modern
it
day
now.
warrior.
Can I throw a different drummer in there with Sheila E? Because it might even fit better. Tito Puentes.
Okay.
Tito Puente.
That's a better.
There's no S.
Top.
Yeah.
At least I knew Neil Peart was
He's
for
got a
Rush.
Lobrinium.
I left
He's got a-
those.
he's
My
got a
friend, you look.
He's got
the short friend.
Now we got it in the
But you know
podcast.
what,
That's
though?
full circle right there. Fred,
I think because someone said Neil Peart, and then I married it in my head without knowing exactly.
Listen,
Let's be honest.
you have friends here. We support you. Whatever happens. I know I'm the new guy. I know, you don't know me, but like, whatever you do.
I want to know you.
We're here.
Yeah,
It's
man.
not great. It's a bit of a drag. Do you want to try again?
Sheila E. or Tito Puente.
So you're going to stick it to you.
I can listen. We can plug anybody in.
Well, no, I think that they're two very different drummers. I mean, I would go with Sheila E.
Don't they both play? Or wouldn't they be considered?
You're thinking about
percussionists?
timbales. Well, you're thinking about
Percussion,
timbales
yeah,
because
stand
Tito
up.
Puente is a very famous timbalist, but also percussionist in general,
Yeah.
Latin percussionist. But I will say that Sheila E. growing up, I mean, remember like the You Got the Look video?
Yes.
And they were all.
How about Crush Groove, Sheila E?
Yeah, I'm in all of it. And also, like, as a solo performer, she's wonderful. And she still plays, like, that same fire. I saw her doing something, like, a year ago. And she still got that same zest. And to see people go up there, like,
How old is she now?
that's none of our business. But I will tell you that when you go up there and you see people play an instrument or do their whatever their art is up there, Q will get up there and even, like, he'll crush it. He's having the time of his life up there. People can turn it on.
Q's a drummer?
This is so great. I can seamlessly go back and forth between so many stupid worlds. I apologize. I'm thinking about Q on IJ.
Yeah.
Because Q's my boy. Then when the camera comes on, he lights it up.
Yeah.
And that's the mark of a true professional. They get on stage, they go and they kill it. And they know it's game time.
Yep.
Whatever it's a turn in IJ or it's like you get on stage and you have to be a musician. Sheila E is one of the best performers you'll see of any kind of instrument or any kind of art form. Really good to go out there. Tito Puente also, I mean, that's actually a good comparison because he's a very vibrant performer.
Who's her father?
He's
he's a percussionist, right?
Yes, I've seen her perform with her father. I forget what his name is, and I apologize to all the drumming fans who are listening to this just for me.
Yeah, that's
my
right.
drumming connection.
On December 12th,
Oh, shit,
Sheila
let's-
E will turn 60
Will have.
years old.
Will have.
Will have turned then.
60?
60 years
I
old.
bet she still looks good for 60. Did you just
This
Google
is-
Sheila E? Because you have no idea, Derek, who she is.
I saw her. How about this, Mike? I bet she's still a good drummer
Yeah,
at
why is
60.
it got to be
It's
about her looks? I know,
2017.
Jesus.
Wait, why can't I say she's good looking? Is that wrong?
Yeah,
Michael.
it is. It's so wrong. You need
Michael.
to really read something.
Oh, she's a smoke.
She's dude. When I saw Crush Groove for the first time,
Great.
Crush
Google
Groove,
it,
man.
everybody. out there.
Boing.
Yeah, man, I was like blown away by Sheila E. Her and Curtis Blow,
Well, to me,
they had a thing going on.
I really don't. I don't know.
Are you guys
his
all
names.
lost on my reference?
No, we're not. I just like you got the look video was like
She's
to see
That's
a-
way after, yeah.
to see a drummer though come out up front, and then also like the idea that Prince and her had this chemistry thing, and then Prince was like, "Cool, come out,"
Yeah.
and he like was secure enough to bring out a woman. How ahead of his time was Prince, man?
Prince is
Rest
great.
in peace, dude. That guy's amazing.
Wait,
He
Prince
was
is dead?
He could play
Well, here's the
anything.
thing. It's still TBD.
Get back to me.
That guy was amazing.
I don't think her father is anyone of note, but she is related in a way to Tito Puente. Her
I
uncle
thought so.
is Alejandro Escovedo's is her uncle, and that is Tito
you're
Puente's
getting there.
godfather.
Okay. Well,
No,
you heard
that's
it here
not really-
first.
that's
Cool.
Yeah, I think you're on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I'm on Google.
I'm also cousins with George Clooney then.
Encyclopedia Brown over here.
Three times over. You too.
You're related by rumor.
Is it my
Yes,
turn?
that's right.
I thought we all answered.
Oh, I didn't.
God.
I don't think-
I don't know drummers.
I'm going to go Max Weinberg on top.
Yeah.
And what was that?
Yeah,
What just
him.
Who was it?
I think we're wrapped on the question.
Yeah, it's over.
yeah.
I think it's over.
I had fun on it. That's all that matters.
There
Again,
you go.
take
See,
care of the
now,
guest.
now you're getting it. It's about time.
Whatever Eric said. Top. Say.
Thank you very much. Am I supposed to say top or bottom?
No, not at all.
Do
Do you want to
This
say
is
it?
We're just on your podcast. You're the
Yeah,
guest.
it's all about you, man.
I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, that's right. It's truth. Hashtag truth.
So this last one I put in here, I think I maybe balked on it. So it should be like,
I want to apologize. I've been eating the whole time.
I don't think it should be phrased that way. It should be phrased more show running.
It should be being a. Well, you want to be because he writes too.
All right, so writer's room or producing detail?
Producing details like in the army.
Yeah.
Eric Leiderman reports on producing detail. It's like me and like a million other Jews in a room. It's like, here we go. Time to produce.
Like, but do you miss the writing? I guess. Like, is it writing?
miss it? Well, I mean, even
in
like-
your world, what do you like?
Well, even like managing creative. I mean, I remember I got such a thrill out of being in the writer's room again, but then also I lean towards producing. I mean, if someone asks me if I'm a writer, but I am a producer.
Right.
Absolutely. Like one or the other. And guiding the creative and guiding the writing, I really, really enjoy. And tweaking and making revisions. Someone gives me an idea, and I know I can make it better. I'm very confident about that.
Yeah.
Someone locks me in a room and is like, even like for me coming up with when I had to come up with challenges and punishments and whatnot. Like I come up with stuff here and there. I got so there's enough to do, like just keeping everything on the tracks,
Right.
in the other production departments. But to this day, like it's about the subtleties, and I think making something great, is the thing I really get off on the most. Like that's the best thing. I really finding, and I think the best producers and showrunners, whatever you want to call them, know how to manage that talent and get the best out of that talent. And I hope that I can be as good as one day as the people that I've been lucky enough to work under.
So you like the writers would come up with ideas, you'd go over them, and then you'd pick one, and then you'd kind of like tweak it.
Well,
at IJ, yeah, for sure. I mean, I came up with a couple of things that we did, but ultimately I saw I'm like, you want to empower your writers too.
Sure.
And I think a lot of head writers and a lot of people who will not be named who worked on IJ before because it was such a different show when it first came out at the time, they really want to put their mark on it. And again, that's the thing. Like, you are not there as a showrunner to be like, it's not about you first. It's about the talent, and it's about the voice of the show and the voice of your talent. And I think some people get that twisted. And I think that's because you get real enamored with like seeing your stuff on television. And like for me, that's never what it's been about. It's like, I remember there was the garbage barge one is the one I pitched like early on because I'm like, okay, I'm going to pitch. And we punished Sal by putting him in the garbage barge. I will never forgive you. Oh yeah, okay. You'll forgive them. You'll forgive them. You like the show. You like your life.
That's it.
You know, you have a good time.
Contractually, you have to forgive us. We have 26 more episodes.
There's points.
That's in the intro, right? That's the
There's 25 half seasons left. You have to. But there was the joy was for me. I was all being like, everyone's like, Leiderman, it's your bit. It's your bit. I'm like, I don't need that credit. That's not what I need. What I need is for the show to be a success and the guys to revel in it. So then, like, they're the guys who walk. I don't want to walk through a mall and not have my privacy or like be the praise of strangers. God bless. I get it. It's an interesting thing, but like for me, it's just about like my job. What I'm hired to do is to make this person is better. To make this person better, who was brought on because of their talent, and that's the sign of a good producer, I think. And they check their ego and they check whatever it is, and then they go home and they do like, well, I'll play drums or like whatever it is I do, and there's nothing great happening. It's all a bit of a nightmare, but that's kind of how I view it. And your question is a good one because
You're being too hard on yourself. It's just a bad dream at this point.
it is. Thanks everyone. Thanks for coming out. We got one more for you, and that's it. But yeah, it's a good question because there are some times that I'm like, oh, like when we do a bit at the show, like I think like I could have done that, but like I don't know that I could have. I just like these are the guys that are doing it, and for the most part, these are all these things that happen like are great. You know what I mean? And sometimes things aren't great. Especially when you're trying to hit it out of the park daily. It's hard. Comedy's hard. Everyone will tell you, and it also takes a bit of the pressure off. To not have to be the person who's like, oh, what are your ideas today?
Yeah.
The guys churning out monologue jokes, or like when we used to like, be in the writers' rooms, like we need. I used to rail them like, we need 10 punishments today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And this writer's like, I'm gonna take a nap, and this one's like, I'm gonna play guitar.
I know who's playing guitar.
I know who's napping. Guys are the best, but like it's like it is pressure, and that's why writers always procrastinate because it's a lot of pressure to come up with something in that like couple of hours of the day, or there's like a deadline like, hey, we need to start shooting. Like Gatto's like, hey, we got to fill these episodes.
I mean, don't your ideas as a writer though come at the oddest moments when you should just write them down? And
Depends who you
right?
are.
Like,
I think it depends who you are.
Honestly, some writers can just sit down and be like, oh, I have to write now. Like Casey, who's on our show. Like Casey,
when he has to do it,
fucking kills it. But when he's just sitting there, like sometimes, especially in the beginning, not as much now, but like in the very beginning, when he would just sit down, he would come back to you and he would be 9 out of his 10 things were home runs. When he was like, oh, okay, I'm just going to go in that room and sit and do it.
And not get out and not be distracted.
Yeah.
And some people can just sit around and like fart around all day and sit in bed, and then like something hits them like that eureka moment.
Yeah.
There is no rhyme or reason to any of this, and you could come up with the best idea. A lot of people are like, oh, when you're young, you like take more chances. I don't think that's true.
I couldn't disagree with that more.
Exactly.
I'm 41 years old.
Are you 41 too?
Yeah, I'm 41. That's
We're
it.
the
We
same
were all
age.
with the high school.
Oh, you guys did?
Yeah,
and then there
four of us.
was 3 more of you.
No, there was only 3. There's 4 of us total.
Oh yeah, in the group.
In the group,
And
yeah.
then the 3 of you and you got together. You pitched a show, and now you're on television.
Right, but it was after a lot of failure. But then we just
so much mazel.
yeah.
good things.
can you say that again to him? So much what?
So
Oh no.
so much what?
So much what?
I
Before
get
we're
nervous with
successful.
Jewish stuff.
So much failure.
Oh, so much failure.
Yeah.
I have tons of that.
I know, but I just wanted him to reinforce that. What a
so
failure!
I am fully reinforced.
The fact that you are a complete failure could be a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't quit.
Well,
I keep going.
We're really creating like a Stern vibe in here.
Yeah, I understand that as much as anyone in this business. Trust me.
Is this?
But at
what's going
this
on
point
right
in your life, you've already had way more success than most.
Yeah, that's true too.
I'm fortunate and happy about it, but I'm
You'd
never,
like some more?
Yeah, I'm constantly trying to
It's all about the hustle.
Yeah,
All about the
it's
hustle.
a constant hustle. It doesn't stop every single day, no
still
matter
hustling.
what. It affects everything in my life,
This
relationships,
fucking
everything.
New Jack City. What the fuck is happening right here?
I don't know.
What's the hustle? Well, tell me what you do.
I'm an actor, comedian, host.
Oh, that's so great. Okay, great. Everything's fine. I don't know what's going on. I assume the viewers do. I'm the odd man out. Someone's got to tell me what the fuck is going on.
His show got canceled.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that was
Inc.
over
Time Inc.
the Time Inc. thing. But
He
that-
used to
Oh,
work
I
on
thought we let that go like 50 minutes.
We did, but I like to bring it back
He
to
brings
bring
it
up
back.
his failure. It makes me feel good about my failure.
You have it. I mean,
You know what I mean?
We've all, anyone who's in this business has failed several times.
You gotta fail a lot.
I think about all the shows have been canceled. I was on IJ for less than a year before I jumped ship, and I probably could have lasted there a lot longer and kept doing it. But I've been on late night now just 4 years. Just turned 41. And then before that, I think my longest job was like 2 years.
Yeah.
And then like I can't tell you how many shows I was on that got canceled that I was like a creative part of, like an integral part of, like I could have made it better. And then you feel shitty, even though it's like not your show, like it's not your name on the marquee. Everyone, we're all in the same boat. Everyone's in that
It's
world.
crazy. I mean, there's been, and we all know we're all in the business. Like, I was far along with a network show going to happen recently, like working 4 months on it, and then right at the end, plug got pulled. We were
That's so
told
gross.
it was
Yeah.
definitely going.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely going.
You
Paperwork's
knew.
not.
You knew
Boom,
that.
done.
Definitely going. Now you know.
Did I? Yeah,
you know before.
I knew now. Yeah.
And that's it. And then next time you'll come in, and you won't take anyone's, and then you'll learn, and then the next one will be a success. I mean, it's
It's just it's
all
constant.
silly.
It's all silly.
I feel like there's some bad music coming right now.
There always is. I want you to listen to this,
Listen to this.
sound right here. You remember that sound? Of
course.
All right, now let me ask you another question. Do you remember AOL?
Yeah, how
Did
many?
you have
how many
an
free
A-
hours? Yeah, I got so many free hours still.
Did you have AOL Instant Messenger?
so many free hours.
Yeah, of course.
You better use those before they reverse net neutrality.
sure?
Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
Neutrality, get it.
I got a DVD.
It's the
Do
messenger.
you,
rest in
do you
peace.
remember? Don't say it, please. But do you remember your screen name?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Now, this is a segment I like to call Armchair Futurist, right? This show's about the revolution. The
Sure.
year's 2050, 33 years from now.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you what your industry looks like in the year 2050. Television producing.
Late night television.
All right, late night television. However you want to phrase that. But before you do that, my good friend Failure here, Derek D, has a very uncanny ability to talk to a person for 58 minutes and 42 seconds and then pinpoint pretty closely what their AOL Instant Messenger screen name was.
Okay.
So I'm going to give him
I
a
mean,
shot,
my
and then I'm going to ask
records-
you that question.
Yeah.
Record's pretty good.
My record's pretty good. But
Pretty damn good, dude.
The last few I've been off, but
Yeah, you know.
You're still in the neighborhood.
yeah, I mean it's probably like I don't know. There's a number in it,
Be a
right?
fucking great conclusion.
Yeah, there's a number in it, right? You got a number in it?
Yeah, there's a number in it.
There's a number. It's probably like I don't know, like E lead man or like I don't.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
We didn't talk about sports
Hold
or
on a
anything,
second.
so I don't know.
E lead man. It's cool.
E. Or like
It's cool.
Chicago. I don't know if he's a
Yeah.
fan of the Bears or the
Jordan,
Cubs.
yeah.
I mean,
or-
dude, obviously, like drumming. I mean, come on.
yeah,
You
no
know, this is
music.
the way
I
it's
know, but it was like drummer. But he was
Guys, I'll
they
be
want
over
to
here if
lead
anyone
man.
needs me. Just because,
So I'm
He
way
works
off.
it out. We like
what's
to
your
watch him work
final?
out.
What's your final guess?
I don't know. I would say it's like the lead man or something, or like a play on your name, but having to do with maybe music somewhere.
Okay.
18. I don't know.
18's not bad because that's chai.
Yeah.
And of course, chai means life
Yes.
in Hebrew. And 18, you know.
You're
like
also a
when
member of the tribe.
Call Quest.
hold on. Where's this broadcasting to? It's only 2017.
It's good to have a fellow member.
We're on the David Duke Network. Oh, no. Never know, man. That guy can
Hey,
come
thanks,
back.
guys, for listening to
Thanks for listening.
PBR. That's the only time we had. I've been Joe Fatto from Practical Jesters.
Never heard of me. Joe Fatto.
Go. What was it? Do you remember?
So what was it?
I think it was still what my email address is. You know?
Oh, okay.
I think it's ERX11.
Yeah.
It's just always been the same because I had the same nickname since junior high.
What was it? ERX11?
Yeah, Erks.
Erix?
Just Erks.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's like, oh, Eric's. And they're like, ERX. I'm like, no, it's just Erks. So it's just like, it's nothing. It's ERX11. So everyone wants to try to get my
said
email.
E.
Have a great time.
I said
No, but you were a play on a name and then the number wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I
pretty close.
I stand
I figured
corrected.
it. Yeah.
I think one time I actually nailed the
this
person's
segment.
number. Yeah.
Okay. No, I get it.
Me too.
I get it. Exactly.
Only if the show had a segment producer. It'd be good.
We're having fun. That's
Right.
all that counts.
Right
a lot
there.
of guy talk. There is no sports yet, which I'm grateful for. I appreciate that.
We can talk about sports. You want to talk about sports?
don't do it.
No.
Okay.
I know you're a hockey guy.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, no one watched that.
No, oh, there it is. You got
Dallas footballs.
Dallas.
love the Cowboys.
The old pigskin.
He's a Dallas fan. It's crazy.
30.
The Cowboys and versus the Rangers.
Oh.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't
Watch
get
it
why
next
people have
time.
such a problem with
There
it.
was a joke I think on the show
Because
tonight.
I don't know anything about it.
There was me neither. And my dad was a sports broadcaster.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, play-by-play guy. And I do love
For what
playing
sports?
sports. He did like a lot of like Bulls pregame, DePaul Blue
nice.
Demons and stuff, and then like tons of tons of like high school like state championship stuff like later in his career, like when he went because he did behind the camera and he still did stuff. But he was started at Newsweek and did the sports desk at NBC in Chicago. That's why we moved to Chicago because he did the 10 o'clock news before Mark Giangreco took over. But he worked with like Greg Gumbel, and my dad's an incredible play-by-play guy, wonderful guy. But I will just say that sports, man. See, sports fuck me up. Gets me all weird. I like playing them.
Wow,
I don't want to follow.
Going back to
no, I just
childhood?
like playing. I love playing them, but just like the mono joke tonight, and I think it was like 70% of men feel obligated. Some new study, some Pew study, whatever, feel obligated to talk about sports even if they don't want to, like because it's a thing where it's like, yo, you guys are dudes, let's talk about sports, and it's just like a thing. And I've always been proud. Like all my friends at home in high school, they're still like, we get together, we all got kids, but it's time to do fantasy league, and I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't do fantasy. I don't do it anymore.
But they bond over sports, and I honestly think it's great. Whatever can get men talking.
You know?
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. But I mean, I just don't. I'm a Joe. It's a thing for me. Like I don't want to follow stats.
Yeah.
Who the fuck has time for this? I mean,
some guys, how they remember all that stuff. Like my brother-in-law,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, like someone could like
it's like a beautiful mind. It's
you just like who's the right fielder on the Royals, and they'll just like come out with the name. Like it's crazy.
A couple months ago, I had to go to the NFL Experience. They did an opening in Times Square.
Did you have to throw a football or anything?
No, I meet
Roger Goodell.
Roger Goodell. I meet
really?
the commissioner, and I walk over and I'm like, they say, hey, you want to meet the commissioner? And I was like, yes, sure, we'll go over and say hi. So we go over, we say hello, shake hands. They take a picture of us, and I'm like, we're talking for a minute, and he's like, oh, you're a sports fan? I'm like, I'm more of a state fan. I love New York, so if a New York team's winning, it's fine. So we do a little back and forth, and then there's people now have lined up to take a picture. And I turn around, and they all want a picture with me. So I start taking pictures with everybody, and he's like, and I hear him say to his assistant, who the hell is this guy? You know who I was? I was like, I don't know why I'm even here. I don't even know anything about sports. I was like, I hardly know how to spell NFL.
You should be like, Roger Dell, yeah, 50 mil.
50 mil.
50 mil, free healthcare for your whole family, and use of a private jet.
See, again, I'm out right now. I know that.
That's what he got.
I thought his name was Robert. I thought his name was Robert.
That would have been amazing.
Robert.
Hey, Robbie.
You know me. I go in hot and confident all the time.
That's the only
Robbie, high five. That wouldn't be.
Can I call you Bob?
It's the only way to do it. And also you can pull it off. It's so great. It's so fun to do, especially like people are so powerful. I was speaking at a panel the other day and I was coming out too hot. And I was thinking about you too. I was just like coming in too hot because it was a UJA panel, United Jewish Appeal. And of course they opened with like a fucking hot, tight 5 minutes of like a Holocaust video. And I was just like, and of course they come back to me.
Best way to have your Holocaust video.
It's a Survivor video, and it's incredible. But then they come back to me, and I'm like, I'm here to talk about my Yuck Yuck show. And my friend from the Daily Show is next to me, and we are both like, it's like a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. And I'm just like, I gotta come out hot. So I came out hot, and I didn't say, I want to say like, oh, the opener. And what do you guys think of the opener? Pretty good. Like I had a million things going, but I just broke the ice hot and quick because like it's something like I saw for you, especially when you do come out, you just got to go out and do it because if not, and you don't come out with that confidence, you're gonna die out there. Robert Goodell. Fucking idiot. What an idiot. I love it.
Bobby G.
So what do you think it looks like? You think it's different?
The future of it's funny you're talking about that. I was talking about that panel. It's the same kind of thing. Everything is so niche, and everything I feel like is just going to be so tuned to the individual. All this stuff is just going to fragment out, and I don't know what that means. I'm not that smart. I never even understood like when CDs started to be digitized. The music industry people will tell you like they didn't even understand, even like when things started like MP3, and that was gone in like a couple of years because it just went to streaming. And for TV, I just think everything is being catered to the individual. You can sit there and on your phone and you can become a star, and you can feel that some semblance of that feeling when you put the phone up to you, and it could be all about you. So I think everything just gets more and more fractured, and I think it's wonderful because there's going to be more and more avenues for people to get their creative out there and their ideas out there. And I always think there's going to be hits and like shows of the moment, but I think it's going to stop being, you're not going to, I don't think people are going to be able to, it's like the, 3-camera sitcom. I think that's just going to sort of go away, and everything's just going to be more individually tailored. I really don't know what it means. To me, it's just like talent's always going to rise to the top. I think you're going to find people who have the chemistry, whether it's guys on IJ or it's someone like Seth who has a great voice, or, anyone in that world who's just got something to say. And the people in charge are going to they're going to have more choices, and it's going to be a little more confusing. But I can't say enough about like how little I know about how I think it's going to go. I just think you're going to have so many more choices, and that's good for the consumer at the end of the day.
How do you think it's going to be consumed? You think that's a drastic change? It's already changed, right? I mean, I always go to the Muppet Show when I was a kid.
Sure.
At Thursday nights at 7:00.
I know you're
Me
going.
and my 4 siblings used to get around the TV and we'd watch the Muppet Show. And if you weren't around the TV because you didn't get home from the ground round,
was it.
right? You missed it,
Yeah.
right?
Appointment viewing.
So and now we are, like you said, you could watch it anywhere on your phone. You everything's on demand. So in 33 years. What are we looking at?
Everything has sped up to the point. We had like a harassment meeting today about like what harassment means in the workplace, like in all seriousness. It was just like, and then they're talking about social media. They haven't even like written these laws yet. Like it's all so gray, and everything is so gray because everything is evolving so fast. Like I was
can't
talking
keep up.
about,
Yeah.
you can't. They went from like vinyl to cassette singles to like to DVD or to CDs, and then to MP3s, and now streaming is just like, and then it's like. They are just going to have to plug it in your head.
Yeah.
They are
That's
just going to
weird.
have to.
There you have it.
He called it.
It's like a base kind of thing to say that people talk about. It's like, yo, man, they're going to put a chip in my head. It's just like, you're fucking right, they are.
Yeah, man.
They're going
Coming.
to do it all. And it's going to have like your medical information. It's going to have everything. And it's going to be some version of some hybrid of many, many sci-fi movies. And it doesn't matter because we're all going to die anyway. So.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that crazy?
Thanks,
How,
everyone. Hold your loved ones close tonight.
2050, there's no way I'm making it.
isn't it crazy how
no
all
way.
sci-fi though becomes reality? Almost everything that you see.
Sci-fi shapes the people.
Oh,
that
hey, what's
build
up, bro?
it. Hey,
And there you have it, everybody.
I missed you and then I forgot. It's like, come back. You could have jumped in many times. We need you over here.
He had something to say, but that's all the time we have on this week's meeting.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Eric,
It's a pleasure to be here.
honestly,
you guys are
dude,
great.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Is there anything you want to plug on the way out, or where we can stalk you on social media?
No, you can follow. I don't do Twitter very much. You want to follow me on Instagram and see pictures of drummers and dogs
Yep.
and like probably like pictures of like a dog lying on me.
What's the handle?
It's ERX11.
There it is.
Yeah, man. I really keep it real, man. ERX11. 100 emoji. I don't know. Did I do it right?
Yeah, you kept it 100.
I did. Oh yeah.
What's what?
Dorothy?
Thanks for having me, guys. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Yeah,
did it.
absolutely. I don't know. I had something to plug, but I
No, we were
forgot.
done. We're done.
Oh,
We're just
Yeah,
done
yeah.
now.
We'll just say
I
Derek.
mean, we can sit here and just wait for you to think about it.
DerekD.com.
Yeah, I would say DerekD.com.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
I would say just don't go to DerekD.com anymore. Like, I would rather people follow Chris Lodondo than go to
Don't you
DerekD.com.
dare. Don't you dare.
shots fired.
PizzaBeerRevolution.com. You can find us on the web, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let's give us some love. We'll love you back. Thank you so much.
Love you,
You
Eric.
got it. And be sure to watch Late Night with Seth Meyers every night.
Yeah.
12:35, the best late night show on television.
Agreed.
Burn. Got you guys.